Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh, hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. This time I want to take a step back to 1997. And here we have Mystic Funnies #1 by Robert Crumb. This is actually one of my favorite Crumb books. And of course this features, as you can see here, Mr. Natural. My brain slipped a cog for a moment. And his Mr. Natural's frequent foil is Flaky Foont. And of course, Flaky Foont is in these Mr. Natural stories is normally Crumb's avatar for the stories. And of course, Crumb uses himself in a lot of stuff, but it's Flaky Foont, and it also features Schumann the Human. And now I've talked about Mr. Natural before, showed you several of the Mr. Natural books and stuff. And I love Mr. Natural, and he is probably the single best known R. Crumb character, recurring character. Throughout his career, probably even better known than Fritz the Cat. And of course, he's just is a guru type. He's basically a con man. But and this shows it just as well. He's the title Mystic Funnies. You think a lot of woo woo woo. Well, it's mystical, all right, but it's all hokum. But of course, Mr. Natural does do a few things, and of course, to fit in with the whole mystical theme here. Here on the cover, see, of course, Mr. Natural, Flaky Foont. Here we have in the back, they're walking together in a park somewhere. It says, "What do you mean? There are signs and omens everywhere, Mr. Natural. I don't get it." "Ah, well, skip it, Flaky Foont." And here we see in the background, here is a shaman. You see up here right here in the sky is this just these image of these pointillist image of these eyes with a third eye. Something kind of mystical. Here a little cherub with a horn. Clear up here in the clouds even is an anthropomorphic rabbit with with a TV camera looking down on him. And you can see another image, some kind of elephant image here in the trees, leaves. We got a little tiny gray alien here under the bush. Even the Coke cans. And what did it say? I've forgotten now. Let me see what it says. I've forgotten. Oh yeah, it says 666 Diet Cola. Got the little crow popping across there. You have some kind of mystical symbol etched here in the dirt underfoot. And here is a coiled snake with a multi-headed snake. And there's some other little shapes, little spirit type beings here in the trees. And here there's looks like a little elf of some kind right there. All kinds of stuff. And a little note here, scrap of paper here that says, I think has some kind of mystical rune type thing on it. All kinds of things in that image to lend credence to the mystical nature of this funny book. Now, one of the things that's unusual in this book is that it is full color. The whole thing is full color. That is unusual for Crumb. And for the underground, of course, it's underground, but it's after the age of underground. So at this point in time, it would probably be considered an independent publication. And and it is printed on with a good hard cardstock for the cover, and then high quality paper on the interior. Has good high quality printing for the both the black and white and the color parts of it, which explains why it has a $6 cover price. Of course, and it is longer than normal. I'll try to just go through briefly because, and it is it's just mostly talking. They're little gags, verbal gags, sight gags, and you just have to laugh at the existential misery of Flaky Foont. And people, including Mr. Natural, basically making fun of him and taking advantage of it. It says, oh yeah, and here it says, every line a supreme act of will by R. Crumb. And overall, artistically speaking, it's some of his best. Of course, he's is a fantastic cartoonist and artist, but it's some of the sharpest, tightest work that I've seen by him. Probably only surpassed, in my opinion, by his Book of Genesis, which I've shown here. Which is really something. Okay, here in the first page is Mr. Natural, Flaky Foont, thinking about death and stuff, and it's his existential angst. Foont talking with Mr. Natural, and just takes him. Oh boy, there you go. I said, "Who are you?" And that leads right into the first. Basically, chapter is who are you? And he's walking through. He leads right on to that, and to the park where Mr. Natural has to normally hangs out, and sees him hanging there. Of course, remember, Flaky Foont has been around with Mr. Natural since about 1970 or so. And he introduced Foont to the girl who became his wife, and now he's got a house and family, children and stuff like that. But he's still largely, with his existential dread, overshadows everything. Plus his obsession with sex and stuff, most particularly like who's not in here, the Devil Girl, although they do mention her in here, and sees Mr. Natural up in a tree. What are you doing up there? And he says, "Come on up here," to talk. And it's just a funny read. He gets up there, and has to talk him into, getting his courage up. So, at my age, it's getting hard to get up here and stuff. Well, if I can do it, so can you. So he gets up there and says, and he's looking off in the distance and saying, "Can you see it clear over there?" What? I can't see anything. Sure you can. He wants to get down and talks him to stay in there. Can you see it? It's the Ect-Ac. The what? The Ect-Ac. And he goes, "What?" Then our scene changes. He's later with Schumann the Human, and asking him about, because Schumann the Human has been a long time acolyte of Mr. Natural as well, and more little gags. He's making fun of Foont and somehow how Mr. Natural is just an old con man. He's full of BS, and said, "But the Ect-Ac, it's real. I've seen it." He says, "But it takes years of practice, yogic practice, and you have to open your third eye and all this other BS." Then he goes back to see Mr. Natural, talks some more, and making fun of him even more, and he tries to say, "Oh, okay, I'll try to help you here." And he does this little stupid stuff, gestures and stuff. He says, "Nah, well, didn't work." It's not important. Oh boy, and he just, his sheer existential dread, he just smacks him. So that's enough. All right, that's enough. On your feet, let's go. So they're walking around in there, and it says, you gotta build up your courage. You have to show you're a man. And go, stand up straight, chest out, take a deep breath, gird your loins, be a warrior. I'll do it, by God. From this day forward, I will be a new man. And then, building up his confidence, Mr. Natural walks away, and Food just falls apart. Then again, walking and talking with Mr. Natural, and then he pulls this stunt. He just suddenly starts growing and growing and growing. And look, and notice the higher he gets, and his beard stays in the same place, which means his beard gets longer too. And he doesn't know what to think. And later he's with Schumann the Human in Schumann's apartment with his Japanese filmmaker, photographer girlfriend. And it's says, a pity, I suppose you can't be blamed. So Mr. Natural is one of the 7 sages. He's surprised. He's going to go talk to him. Gets him and his girl on the back of his little motorcycle, and vroom, vroom, says, and now for the action part of this comic, and just vroom, vroom, wham, wham, riding on the motorcycle across town till he gets there, and Schumann tells him what he's been talking about with Funt, and they're trying to shoot his girlfriend's trying to shoot a documentary, and he doesn't want to be filmed. He won't talk to him. So crud. Says, Schumann, you are really a schmuck. Some telepathic stuff, and he just walks off, and Schumann is angry. Then it's the Saints. He stops at Mr. Natural's apartment to talk to him, and Mr. Natural's packing because he's taken off. He's going to L.A. This must be from San Francisco. He's going to L.A. for some kind of a seminar he's going to be giving, something like that. And he packs his stuff up. He just puts a few things in a bundle attached to a stick, and off he goes. But meanwhile, they're just gabbing and totally embarrassing him and talking about his how so into sex. All he can think of is sex, as he's always been like that. So he goes, "You're pathetic." He gets him. He said, "I'll show you something." Gets his bundle, and he goes to the park. So yeah, it's time for yoga exercises with. He sees these 2 girls doing some exercises. So you meet like I said, her movement's like a good little apprentice. You mean the blonde? Wow, she's cute. All right, no, that's Rebecca. She's for me. The other one, Wendy, is more your speed. Oh, that's the one whose face we don't see, and it tells how great Wendy is. She turns around, and she's got one big cyclopean eye right in the middle of her face. But she giggles, and even though Mr. Natural has warned him not to look, don't stare, and that's all he can do is stare at the eye and go, bleh. And he's staring, he's getting queasy, and then it's like he's being hypnotized by her one eye, and he's having hallucinations. She grabs him, and they go off into the woods, and he sees Mr. Natural there playing is he playing a harp? No, and I can't show the picture. It's not graphic, but it's the most graphic thing here. That one there, Mr. Natural and the other girl, he found them by accident. He goes back to Wendy, and suddenly in his mind's eye, she transforms into Lady Bigfoot with one big eye, and which goes way back. A call back to the probably early 70s, and he gets it on with her. He comes back and says, "Wow, I'm speechless." There you are, Funt. Trust it all went well with Wendy. All went well with Wendy. That's funny. Man, oh man, what a trip. Then he tells him, "Well, I've got to go. You need to get back. Pretty soon you need to get back to your family." But you were going to tell me about Saints. So the saint. So we go on. Come on, I'll show you a saint. Here, come on. Let's stop here at this this little cafe. It's what was it, the Chat and Cheese? I can't make it out. Chat and Chew, and little cafe, and we'll get us a bite to eat. And but Funt is anxious. He wants to see see about the saint, and they sit there. Says, "You want to see a saint? I'll show you a saint." They get there, the lady takes their order, and they take off and says, there's your saint. He says, "What?" "No, here." And then she brings their meals and says, "That's her there, Funt." "What, you mean the waitress?" "Exactly. I've been coming in here for years. I know her well. Take a good look at her. She certainly has an ugly hairdo." "Never mind the hairdo. She's an amazing woman." Oh yeah? How so?" "She's been waiting on tables for 35 years. Plus raised a family of 5 kids and now takes care of some of the grandchildren and an invalid father-in-law of one of her daughters. Yet there's not an ounce of bitterness or self-pity in that woman's body. She still likes people. Can you beat it?" So, yep, that woman is a true saint. Now, and he's still thinking about sex as people walk by, and they're all done eating. And then, well, he's taken off for his trip to L.A. Better go home. But then on the back page is a funny single page gag. It's just silent. Takes off his shoes, examines his shoes, put the shoe on his belly, and goes to sleep. And that is it's not a coherent story. It's just almost like stream of consciousness, which a lot of his stuff winds up being a lot of stream of consciousness. But it's just a real fun read, and except for the little sexy parts and the language, it's more or less suitable for kids, except for that. So you got to wait till you're 18. But anyway, and I just love Crumb's art. I love his form of storytelling, because most often his it's just like almost slice of life vignette type stuff, which I do enjoy for this kind of material. So and I'm running along. So I want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Tell me how much you love our Crumb, because I sure do. I always have. So, and be sure, remember, comics are art.